Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fake Rent Order video. So we're going to be talking about Abigail Williams, Santa, the welfare 4-star pretender. You heard that right. Not only is she a Santa, she is a welfare, and she is a pretender. A lot of things going on there. She's a very popular servant. I've seen a lot of players that stopped playing FGO come back just for this. And let's see if she's strong enough to keep them playing FGO. So looking at her stats, pretty decent, nothing to complain about here. She is a child servant, which we'll talk about in a bit, but her card here, 1 quick, 1 buster, triple arts, all 4 hits, 5 hits on the extra attack. This command card deck here does play a role because she is a DPS arts servant. Yes, you heard that right, Abigail, a DPS arts servant. But her MP is not an attacking MP. It doesn't even really benefit her as well, to be honest with you. I mean, it does, but like not as an arts type benefit, you know. We'll get into that in a bit, but basically, again, she's an arts type DPS. Increase own arts performance for 3 turns, 20 to 30%. Increase own critical damage for 3 turns, 30 to 50%, and then gains critical stars every turn for 3 turns, 5 to 10, and it's a 6-turn cooldown, which is actually not bad at all. I actually think this is a great first skill. I really do. For a DPS, this is kind of what you want to see for a DPS arts servant. But again, she has 3 arts cards there, so basically she's kind of like an Orion. You kind of want to use MP and then, you know, smash with the arts cards, right? But again, this MP does not benefit arts at all, which is the only down part, right? But anyways, let's move on. Second skill. So her second skill obviously gets away from the art stuff, but she does have a creative little skill here that we've never seen before. Increase the value of master skills while self is on the field by 20% for 3 turns. So this master skill obviously is, you know, the mystic codes that you have. You can switch off obviously to any mystic code you have. This basically increases 20% on the skills such as attack buff, arts buff, buster buff, MP generation, stuff like that by 20%, which is really, really cool. But the only problem is master skills usually only last for 1 turn, and it takes forever for them to cool down. So this 3-turn one is nice and all. I mean, there are skills that do last a couple turns for masters, but like at the same time, it's like you want to keep activating that master skill, but you don't have a way to recycle through the master skills as soon as possible. So I do think this is great and everything on paper, but like it's just that you're not going to fully benefit, if anything, if you can't just consistently use those master skills. So I do think in the future it would be really nice to see some kind of like servant skill that helps you cool down the master skills a lot faster. Maybe later down the road they can do that with Abigail here. But increase own MP generation rate for 3 turns, increase own critical star generation for 3 turns, grant self evasion for 2 attacks 3 turns, so she can protect herself, which is great. You know, increase own the critical generation rate, obviously the crit type servant, and then the increase own MP generation rate is nice and everything, so that you can, you know, activate this ASAP. Then the third skill here. So the third skill charges party's MP gauge, overcharges party MP by 1 stage 1 time 3 turns. Increase the max HP of child servant allies for 3 turns and gain critical stars 10 to 20. So I mean, not only is she the DPS art servant, she also has skills that can, you know, benefit the party. I mean, obviously the MP battery to the party is always nice, 10 to 20%. You can give that to her supports. You can obviously give that to other you know, party members that can do attack, but this overcharge here, I don't think it really benefits the art supporters like Castoria or Lady Avalon and such, or Hans or whatever. I do think you can pair her up with Van Gogh. I do think Van Gogh is a great crit buff, so obviously this is going to help Van Gogh in a way. The increased max HP for children servants, I don't think you're going to pair her up with children servants. I mean, there are a handful of servants that have the child support, child trait. Obviously Abby, Shitonai, you have Hans, I believe. I can't remember if Van Gogh has. I think Van Gogh does have it. So in a way, the third skill is a buff for Van Gogh, how I see it at least. So I think this is something potential to like pair Van Gogh with her and to let Van Gogh do her thing, right? So yeah, as a crit buff, I think Van Gogh is a nice pair up with Abigail here. But again, I do feel like her skill is like kind of all over the place. Like she's trying to like benefit herself, then she's trying to like, you know, help the master out, and then she's trying to help the party members out. So she doesn't have skills that solely focus on her, which I mean isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, like, you kind of want to do more damage right with her if she's a DPS, especially because you're only using her command cards to do those. So yeah, that's the only issue I have. Like, she just doesn't really benefit too much from all her skills in a way. But hey, again, along down the road, I think they're gonna buff all this, especially this one. I think they need to fix this up a little bit here. But I do wish in the future they change this from own to the party. I think that would be actually nice to see. But passive skills, I mean, increase on defense resistance by 19.5, increase on arts performance, which she's gonna need. Gain 2 crit stars every turn, increase on debuff resistance by 8%, and then increase on critical star generation rate of arts cards by 20%. Again, she's going to benefit from that a lot. Arts MP. So it is a support type MP. It's not attacking or anything like that. She does have increased the value of master skills by 10% while self on field for 3 turns. So an additional 10% to that. Increase party's critical damage for 3 turns. Recover the party's HP. Reduces all enemies MP gauge by 1. I mean, this is nice. I like those. I like these type of skills. But like the HP recovery, I mean, again, her MP is trying to be a support type MP, which I feel like she should only benefit for herself if she's gonna like be a DPS. I mean, she does have that increased party's critical damage for 3 turns, but again, if you're only using supports like Castoria and Lady Avalon, like that's kind of like whatever. You have to find a way how to lock these cards so that you can get the critical damage, so that you can loop the MP and such. So yeah, I personally think they need to fix a lot of things on Abby. I don't think she is amazing. I don't think she is like the craziest servant in the world. I personally see her as, I really hate to say this, but like, I don't think she's too amazing. Like, on paper she sounds pretty good. Like, she sounds really solid. I mean, I do like these skills. I like the first skill. The second skill I kind of like in a way a little bit. The third skill I kind of like. The second skill I'm iffy about. I'm not a big fan of the second skill too much. So again, like, I don't think this master skill benefits a lot. I think they need to fix that up a little bit. But personally for me, Abigail Williams is kind of low on the tier list. Like, I think she might be very low, to be honest with you, and that's a lot to say. I mean, I think a lot of you guys will disagree with me on that part, but I don't see her really being a very strong servant, especially when, you know, she's a 4-star pretender. I mean, her stats aren't very high. I mean, they're solid, but they're not super high, right? And like, it's arts, right? I mean, if this was a completely different servant, that's a different story. But I mean, she's no Orion, right? She's not gonna go Oonga Boonga with these arts cards. So I don't really see her being amazing. I really don't, unfortunately. But comment down below and let me know what you guys think. But again, I do think you can pair her up with servants like Castoria, Lady Avalon. I do think other arts performance servants that will kind of benefit her, because again, you want to do more arts damage with her. I do again think Van Gogh is a very good pair as well. She definitely will do a lot of crit buffs with her. I do think servants like BB, Bunnytoria to switch out the command cards. Oh, Hakuno too. I forgot about Hakuno. Hakuno command shuffle, right? But again, you're not guaranteed the arts card, which is the issue there. If you're BB and you see all 3 arts cards there, then boom, stop it. But then you got to switch out BB to bring in an arts support to buff up the arts cards. So that's already like a master skill that you use, and a master skill that doesn't really like benefit from the 20%, the 30% percentage from Abigail. So it's like, yeah, a lot. There's so many things here going on. Like I do feel like she's kind of all over the place. She's just trying to do too much. She's trying to like benefit herself, the master, and then the third party member, right? She's trying to benefit all three, which I think is kind of like hurting her. But again, I do think that in the future, if they're gonna buff something, I do feel like they should buff this, the MP, change the own to party. The third skill, I don't even know what they can do here. Maybe instead of just child servants, it's for everyone. I don't know. Like they can definitely like maybe give her like another arts buffer here or there, but it's gonna take a while for Abigail to get better. I really do believe that. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this. Again, I'm willing to like take the backlash on saying that she's not great at all. But hey, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.